Oh, yeah. We are here. Late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh, yeah. We are here with another wonderful episode of On Screen. That's right. We got the finale, American Gods, Season 2. But today, I told you, we had an extravaganza planned out. I am in the Wizard's Tower, joined by the one, the only, the enigmatic, the super fresh, the top Wizard's Tower wizard of them all. It's Solar Greye.
You think you can say wizard a little bit more?
It's
Hey,
Solar
you guys
Greye.
doing out there? What's up, NERDSoul fans? I'm Solar Greye, the cinematic sorcerer. You see, it's a little bit of magic here, a little bit of magic, yeah. And American Gods.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you and I are covering this from the two angles that we cover it from.
Yes. So today, guys, thank you for joining us. We got tons of stuff going on. I got a couple things to, get out the way. Housekeeping. One, I've crossed 1,000 videos. Super dope. Woohoo. Everybody's happy. Confetti dropping. Confetti. All right, cool. Then, also, I've crossed 2,000 subscribers. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chilling. We are super excited to have you here to talk and conversate with a player.
All right.
Now,
Hang on. You're saying 2,000 viewers?
2,000 subscribers. Sorry.
Oh, well, wait. 2,000 subscribers. Would
Yeah.
that be over at NERDSoul on YouTube? Oh, look at that. 2,000 subscribers. That's
See,
right.
It's not my fault, guys. It's not my fault. But so with that said, big shout out to y'all. Thank you for subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting, talking back and forth, having great conversation about American Gods and Cloak and Dagger and other shows. It's great. Now, also got a little something else for y'all. See, I'm here with the cinematic sorcerer, but we also have my girl Jace Nicole, awesome actress. She is super cool, and she will be joining us today, dropping her thoughts in as well via that technology.
Hey everybody, Jace here. So let's go ahead and talk about that which is American Gods Season 2.
Now, not that tech boy. All right, we still don't trust him, but we still.
I do like his new suit, though.
New suit is cool. I got to give you that. So, with that said, we going to get it started, and I want to start off with, I'll start off soft. Salim, I'm glad he's still with us. I'll start off with that. That's nice. That's nice. Start off soft. Salim, I'm glad he's still here. He's still with us. I thought he was going to be dead by the finale, and he's not. No, because it's always like the nice guy that ends up dead. Now, Salim was hilarious this episode.
Well, it's funny. I see a lot of the I see what he was in this episode.
Uh-huh.
He was reflecting the regular person because
Yeah.
as soon as everything go on, I'm like, wow, it's like watching old white people look at Fox News. That's really what it was.
Well, because, to the average person, when they turn on TV, they're like, hey, these are people I should trust. It's like, hey, did you kill somebody? He's like, Shadow's just like, no. No, I've been here with you, dummy. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
But it was like, hey, did y'all do this? Hey, are y'all looking at the news? Ibis was just
And
like,
Ibis is
I don't
like-
know if you
Yeah.
trust skepticism, my brother.
Yeah,
Skepticism.
he's like, all right, I got two things to say. Number one, you really need to look at things with skepticism. And two, no man can rock a kerchief like I can.
Oh, he's smooth. I just stay smooth. But it was just funny seeing him react and kind of bug out, especially when he saw his own picture. Like,
Did you kill all those people? Did I kill all those people? I don't know what's
it's like, were you there, dummy? All right, no, we didn't do this stuff.
Yeah.
People are doing this to us. Oh man, but it's kind of like a more hyped up version of, say, like Enemy of the State, or
Yeah.
something where it's like it's really, someone's out to get you, and they're out to get you, and it's getting bad as far as the worst.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
With that being said, I like the fact that he got out of the episode. I like the fact that he kind of like further professed his love and affection for the djinn, and they had their moment, and he was like, I don't know what tomorrow may bring. Okay, it wasn't like that.
Cue Whitney Houston. And I, the whole time.
Yo, you know what? That what? Because they grabbed each other like, I love you too. But that was, I was glad that he made it out.
Yeah.
He didn't die.
Yeah, it was just, again, it was one of those last Mohican moments. I was expecting the effort to be like, you stay alive, and I will find you.
Yeah,
But
it's one of those things that, they got me excited, they got me hyped, and had me thinking he was going to be a goner, and they pulled back. They kept him safe for now, at least. For now, he's safe. But I want to talk about the beginning, because you schooled me on the beginning.
Oh,
talk about,
yeah.
All so right. On the beginning, the Fox radio. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, you actually you let me in on that. I'm like, what did oh God, it's Fox. Okay,
Fox.
It's Fox. Okay.
At the beginning of this episode, they show how media can affect people. Orson Welles back in the 30s was a big radio personality, and back in a certain time, internet wasn't big, and we didn't have like video, and we didn't have this, that, and the third. A lot of the entertainment was through radio, so families sat around their radios and they listened. And so, when you hear the story, you have to, this is your video, this is your brand, this is your internet, this is your streaming service right up in here. It goes in here, it processes through here, and you see what you see, and you sit there and like, wow,
Yeah, but no, I mean, the episode opens with a very War of the World cold opening, and way back before TV was invented. Orson Welles, known for The Shadow and for directing Citizen Kane and a whole lot of other stuff. Matter of fact, the Brain from Pinky and the Brain is based on Orson Welles. That's who he was. And he did this thing where he did a huge media experiment to show people how powerful radio was. Which was he's doing his weekly talk show, hey, look, it's us. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows. We interrupt this thing. Oh my God, there's something falling out of the sky near Trenton, New Jersey, because nobody lived there at the time. And that's where the original War of the Worlds came from. Orson Welles' War of the Worlds, like that movie with Tom Cruise and the aliens and all that other stuff. But people honestly thought that it was a news broadcast, and that we were being invaded by tentacled monsters that were coming out of spaceships. And people freaked. There were riots, there were fires, there were people getting trampled. And it was the first thing of like, that advertising people talk about on the internet where you think you're reading a news article, then at the end it's like, and buy these shoes, So yeah, and that's what it was showing. While Mr. World really talked about his intentions, that whole, a lot of people think it's love that makes the world go round. Wrong, it's fear. Fear creates order. Fear creates all chaos. Chaos is a ladder. I am, and it's interesting for me because I've been a fan of Crispin Glover for a long time. I like him as an actor. But can he play one role that he's not creepy? Like from Back to the Future as Michael J. Fox's dad. He's been
the weird guy forever.
Yeah.
He's always been the weird guy.
Like not cool weird, like Grant Morrison or Alan Moore.
No, he's like
creepy weird.
He's like that guy definitely like kills rats and like hangs them up by their tails in his bedroom. Like,
did you see the remake of Willard in 2006?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, hey, I'm right on. Hey, they know
everything about it. It's just like again, I like actors. I love Hollywood and everything, but I get this feeling that if I were to ever meet Crispin Glover,
it would be like, weird.
Oh my God, it's Crispin Glover. Yeah. Hey. Oh, sorry, Chris. I gotta go.
It's like I got things to do. So,
kind of like women walking away from me at parties.
Oh man! But the intent at which he and the emotion he used in that scene was so captivating.
Oh,
because he hasn't gotten a lot of time this season.
No, he is intense.
But he was intense here. He was intense when he did the eye gouge on Tech Boy. So he's been intense a couple times. His now I will say his back and forth with Odin for money was more kind of High School Mean Girl-ish. It was kind of like pick me, but this was very intense and very scary.
I gotta disagree with the mean girlish thing. That was very passive aggressive. It was all very subtle because they were trying to do the there was the pick me sense about it, but it was, how can I put this? The underlying thing of him is he's looking at Odin and he's like, man, you ain't got nothing. Like, I don't even know why I'm bothering with you. Like, he's that condescending. But in this one, because Odin has had him really scared over the whole season. The whole season. He's had him Mr. World's been on his back legs. He's been on his heels.
Yeah, because Argus wasn't coming through like he was supposed to.
Well, Argus,
Tech Boy,
Argus.
Well, he's dead now, but he at the beginning he wasn't coming through like he was supposed to. Tech Boy wasn't really stepping up. New Media hadn't really gotten her legs yet. Meanwhile, you have Odin. He's getting the staff together. He's building some people, getting some more alliances, and he's like, I'm not seeing the production on my side like I want to see it. And the speech about fear speaks a lot to how people like Mr. World want to rule.
Yeah.
Because
very much it's very common. It has a lot of commentary on modern times.
Yeah, because you could easily say, fear kind of, creates order. But you could say love creates order as well. You could say love creates community. And by community, they decide what order is for them, for their laws and whatever, and their code of conduct in their community. So you could easily say that, yes, love is just as powerful or just as strong. You could do that. But just the intensity of his acting really brought it home.
Oh,
and it was good to see
being
him.
All hippie.
All we need is a little love. but I do like that he brought it home the way he did and really put some fire in it, and he's ready. Yeah, I think he's done, and we saw the kind of like the media blitz.
Yeah,
that it was, and we've seen stuff like this in real life where it's like. And I'm always like one of the weird people that start questioning things. Like when you see somebody's picture everywhere, and maybe I've watched Enemy of the State and The Net and whatever too many times, but every now and then I'm like,
a little too much Alex Jones.
Yeah, I'm like, they're putting this picture up a lot.
Yeah.
Are they just trying to like kill this dude real quick before he get to hear what he says?
Well, it's I did notice a few episodes ago, I think it was 2 episodes ago, he was talking to New Media, and he's like, are you ready to go? And she's like, oh, I'm going to need some more power before my live cast. And he's like, and power you shall have. I am Crispin Glover, and this is the only way I speak.
Yeah, she did talk about needing more power or more followers or something like that.
No, she got her followers all up and going because, again,
cool.
she's the meme. She's the emoji.
Yeah.
And but this was the live broadcast that she was talking about, and I'm not gonna lie, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
We have Salim flipping out because New Media, and I gotta say this, I was not crazy about New Media. She was annoying. She was too much. I don't know if it was the actress. I don't know if it was how they wrote her in, but I wasn't a fan of New Media. So she pretty much had taken over. I don't know if they were fake reporters or if they were reporters that she had taken over and was manipulating them from their minds. But they started to put it out there that Salim, Odin, and Shadow were these criminals that did this data dump.
And imagine how terrifying it is. And I know we laughed at Salim, but imagine being Salim, regular everyday guy, even though you're around, because he hasn't really seen anything crazy, even though he's been with the jinn, he hasn't particularly seen he hasn't seen the stuff Shadow's seen.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's kind of a regular guy, wakes up in the morning, he's like, hey man, I was at the store, people are acting crazy. Like, can you turn on the news? And even Ibis was like, limited function.
That was the classy way of saying I ain't got cable.
Yeah, he's like, look, I got 6, 8, and 12. like that's what we got. But you know, the way they laid out that live cast was, I mean, even me watching it, I'm at the edge of my seat like, yo, this is crazy, because I mean, imagine being Shadow, like, yo, I can't go anywhere. And from Mr. World's perspective, it's a smart play. Mm-hmm. Why I gotta go find you?
Yeah.
What I gotta go find you for? All I gotta do is put the news things on and, you know, get the state troopers and stuff and everybody, and they'll do the work for me.
This is the thing that, yeah, I gotta clear this up. When they first did the live cast, when he created the new Tech Boy.
Yeah.
It showed exactly where they was. He knew they were in Cairo.
Yeah.
It wasn't about having the world find him. It was about having the world kill Shadow.
Oh, okay,
because think about all the stuff that was there. It was like a terrorist attack, hacking, crashing money.
Yeah.
So this was like, it was the Mueller report blamed on this one black dude in rural Illinois.
Yeah,
you know, there was no catching involved.
And not saying that he couldn't catch him, meaning like doing it in a way where his hands weren't on it. You know, like doing it in a way where it's like I'm going to set this in motion, but I can sit back and be like,
yeah,
I don't know nothing. You know, Shadow got killed? Who did that?
That's
who did that?
Mr. World is, remember, the new spirit of globalism. He's the spirit of collective emotion and collective action. You know,
makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when I saw it, I was like, this is perfect. You don't even have to leave the bunker. You know what I'm saying? You just let the mass hysteria handle this. And you chill. And then even that conversation, big shout out to Kyun Kim. You know, love you, how you been killing it this season. And big shout out for liking and retweet my tweet. You're the bomb, girl. All right. You my new media. All right. You my new media. I'm just saying. But like seeing her break down in the middle of the scene and be like, yeah, Shadow, we talking to you.
Yeah.
This is about you.
And sorry you don't recognize me, but I have every face on TV.
Yeah, like, you know? I can be CNN, I can be MSNBC, I can be Fox, I can be whatever. I could be VH1 News or something.
I could be a Lucky Charms commercial if I really felt like it.
Yeah, like I can be anything.
In truth,
we are coming for you.
She could be every bot that's on Twitter and on Facebook.
Wow,
that is what's
you know
terrifying
what? You're
about
right.
her. Again, it's new media, not TV.
Yeah,
but
she's new.
All new media. So she is YouTube and Instagram and Facebook,
Snapchat, all that stuff. Like, you know, WhatsApp, you know, everything.
Yeah.
So it's just, her reach is astounding.
Yeah.
But speaking about reach, you know, we got new people reaching out and touching folks. That's right.
Go on.
That new tech.
All right. I gotta say,
that new tech boy.
Now, one, I've never liked his wardrobe until tonight's episode.
I always thought he kept it kind of like, you know, digital funky, you know.
And no.
He was like, I ain't feeling it.
Yeah, I ain't feeling it. And you know what? I know, talk about Mr. Pot, Mr. Kettle, but I'm still not down with his hair.
Really?
I mean, tonight's episode was the best.
You know.
Tonight's episode was the best hairstyle he's had.
Okay.
Outside of 2 weeks ago where he showed him in the 1940s. But post 1940s, I'm just like, oh yeah.
See, I always thought he kept it kind of like digital funky, like, you know, like if you saw, like he could be in the movie like you know, Johnny Mnemonic or Hackers or something. He could be digital funky, y'all. Like, you know,
I get the cyberpunk look.
I couldn't wear it.
Yeah, see, I get
but I'm just saying, I applaud his opportunity.
I get the cyberpunk look because I'm all down with cyberpunk. That's like, you know, futuristic. But it's just the hair and the gap in his teeth. I can't do both.
Snap.
I can't do both.
So either you got to have a gap or like a gap and whack hair, or no gap and cool hair.
Yeah, one. You get one. You get one.
You get one.
Yeah, exactly. You can pick the gap
See,
of the
I was
funky hair.
feeling kind of like the swirly kind of, because it was like straight right here, and it got your curls in the back.
It reminded me of it really reminded me of like 5th century BC Greek sculpture. That's what it's
yeah. Also having a sculpture of himself on the wall, like 2 of them. I was like, all right, man. You had one, but did you have to have 2? I'm just saying.
So the hair is okay, but the graven images of himself.
You don't
go too
need
far.
2 whole sculptures, man. All right. When NERDSoul blows up, promise y'all, 1 sculpture only. All right, just 1. All right, you're not gonna have like 5, 6 sculptures of NERDSoul just all around. All right, it's overkill.
How many portraits?
Oh, that joint going it's like you're gonna be walking down the hall. It's gonna be like. It's like, why is he doing the chin thing in like 40 photos? Like, And then like, but seeing him and seeing Mr. Z and their conversation about God and how God comes to be and wrestling with God and being made in his image or them being made in their image, and it's a very interesting chicken egg discussion for this show, and how they see each other, how both sides see each other, because you can have like the people like God, God is all knowing, God is super cool, blah, God blah blah blah, and God's like, well, I can't do this without your worship and your adulation or whatever.
Sort of. They've been all right. Tonight's episode is the first episode where they just came flat out and said it, because they've been talking about it the whole show. Yeah. About how people make gods in their image. Gods are
and they
based
need
on
the worship,
the sacrifice. It's people's belief in a thing.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole God thing of like, God is all powerful. God is only all powerful if you believe that God is all powerful, and if you don't, then God isn't all powerful. And that even goes back to Exodus. That really goes back to Exodus, where Moses was the only one who believed that God could get them out of Israel or out of Egypt. My bad, don't hate. And since he was the only one who believed that God could do it, that's all it took.
Yeah, that's all it took.
But yeah, everybody else believed in Moses, but Moses believed in God.
Yeah,
and
that's where Moses and God had their slight spat when he, hit the rock and made the rock, and because God was like, that is not what I instructed you to do. I didn't instruct you to do that.
Yeah, but the Old Testament is filled with, you had one job. It is full of the Old Testament.
Yeah.
But
at the same time, he was with a whole bunch of people that were complaining for 40 years. All right. He got them out of captivity, walked them through the Red Sea, made sure the sea swallowed up. That's what God did for them. Did they? And all they did is complain all the way.
Different discussion, different day.
But there was hate.
Yeah.
But stop hating.
But yeah, so this was the first episode where someone flat out said the gods are what you make them, not the other way around.
Yeah.
But they've been hitting at that the whole time. Like, I was brought to this country when this person believed.
Yeah.
I was brought to this country when this person believed. And the whole switching up of the new god positions and all that stuff.
True.
So, but they finally came out and said it. Now I'm going to say this show tonight was a little intense for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in what way?
The sound design was really intense.
Yeah.
The tension, it was just like, oh God, real, okay, all right, I get it. You're getting tense. And then, two things in this episode. One, let's just say that this episode it was obviously something that I would like. And when I say obviously, I mean, I can even say that, like, the obviousness, it's like dead in the face. It is in the face. You can't turn away from it. It would even be called full frontal as far as as the way that it's like
boy.
it was so obvious. It was.
I was going to try to wait to get to this, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of that, and of course, I loved the most obvious way that this episode was good, but the biggest thing that made me satisfied about this was that something finally told Shadow anything. You know. Yeah. We got, well, you know what? I'll back up because that's kind of like a revelation for the end. I'll back up a little bit. Okay.
The full frontal. Bilquis has 2 scenes, kind of important. We talked to Laura, and when she's talking to
have
Laura,
an apple.
Yeah, she shows up with the apple, has it behind her back, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's an interesting touch. Also, looking amazing. Like, she has never looked whack on this show, except when they tried to like make her look whack when she was like homeless. Yeah. But besides that, like, she's never looked whack on this show.
She's my Storm.
Yeah, yo, Bilquis for Storm all day. So she shows up, she talks to Laura.
Okay.
Laura's like, oh, no, go. Let me see the hashtag. What is it?
Yeah, hashtag Bilquis for Storm.
That's we keeping that. We keeping that.
Yeah, hashtag Bilquis for Storm.
Yeah. So her conversation with Laura about Odin. And, Laura's like, yo, I'm looking at you. Mm-hmm. And you seem like you ain't all sold on this Odin train. You ain't too keen on him. I can tell that you ain't really feeling him like that. And she's like, well, look, hey, I do what I got to do. And she kind of like left it at that. She left the apple there. But we definitely see a different, I guess, encounter with them. It was less antagonistic. Mm-hmm. And it seems like Bilquis is willing to maybe shift alliances away from the new and old gods.
Yeah.
To maybe doing her own thing. Because Laura was like, yo, why don't you come with me? Bilquis never said no. She never said yes either. Bilquis is doing a lot of leaving doors open.
Yeah.
She's like, let me leave this door open with a Nancy and Ibis. Got Bast and everything. Let me leave that door open.
Right.
This thing with Laura, because Laura still got this coin, which gives her a certain amount of power. I'm not sure how much, but some. So let me leave that door open too. Now, I wonder what the apple was about. Now, we never really followed up on the apple. I wonder what.
Seriously? Aren't you a PK, bro?
I know, but I'm just saying. Because Bilquis is changing things.
But the Queen of Shiva,
yes,
the goddess of temptation,
yes, but
offering an apple.
Yes, but what I'm saying is she's also changing things. So is she straightforward using it as a temptation, or is she using it as a form of an olive branch? Like, what is? Because she's been real fluid in changing things.
She is a wild card.
on the drop of a dime.
Yeah, she is a wild card. I do gotta say that.
And I think it's something that we got to keep our eyes on.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. She is a wild card, so a lot of her actions are questionable, but still, hashtag Bilquis for Storm. Oh,
that's what we're saying. That's real, y'all. Yeah. So we see Bilquis again.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we see her a little bit. Bit later.
We see her. Look, all right. Let me talk. Writers of Starz, writers of American Gods, come in real quick. I need. Y'all have to prepare me. All right, prepare me. All right, don't just jump out butt naked. All right, don't do that. Ease into it. Let me know. Be like, yo, look, NERDSoul, prepare yourself. Bilquis about to be butt naked. And I'll be like, all right, word. She going to be butt naked. Now, my mind is made up that I'm going to see her butt naked, and I ain't going to trip when I see it. All right?
But she was covered when the scene started. And she got up slow. And that thing dropped away slow.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. So, I mean, how much more preparation did you need? Hashtag Bilquis for Storm.
But her conversation with Shadow, she's doing some very kind of backdoor revealing stuff for both parties. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if she's doing this to stay off of Odin's radar.
That I didn't consider that, but my mind was elsewhere at the moment. You know.
Oh yeah.
At Bilquis for Storm.
Yeah.
And,
hashtag Bilquis for Storm.
Yeah. But no, seriously though, my mind was somewhere else, and
Yes.
I'm just kind of like going, okay, that's the whole thing. And all right, will somebody please let our boy in? Please just let our boy in. Just you know, it's time. Everybody suspects it. Everybody thinks it. So just say it already. Just say it.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's what we got. We get this segment where, you know, it's going crazy. Got the tip line for Cairo, state police going crazy. Everybody's pulling up at the funeral home.
Super intense. And of course, our boys Anansi and Ibis are just, I can't even say they were cool.
They weren't even like bothered.
Andre 3000 couldn't name them ice cold. This is cooler than cool.
They was just laid up chilling.
You're just like, it's Tuesday.
They was like, you know, whatever. And that's when Shadow was like, yo, look, he was like, they're going to be fine. They don't care about us, talking to Salim. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, we just human. I mean, him thinking he's human. But we all know now, because it's this short of stopping and putting a sign up on the screen that said, Shadow is Odin's son. Short of doing that.
Yeah, Moon, Shadow, Odin's son.
Yeah,
Shadow, Moon, Odin's son. That is your name.
And like he even called him his boy, but I still want to know who his mom is, because his mom's the one that said, you know, he has like so much light in him, and she puts the light into him, and I was like, so who your mama though? Because we know who your daddy is. Who your mama? But
Moon shadow. Anyway.
So with that said, you know, you have this scene that is going crazy, and your boy, like they said, they just playing chess. Anansi, Ibis playing chess, and this is one of the more relaxed scenes we see between Ibis and Anansi.
Yeah,
I love their dynamic. It's like fire and ice, but they're sitting in the house and they're having like that talk. You know, you got the of Mr. Nancy and the very smooth, more reserved demeanor of Ibis.
And it is just so cool the way they handle each other. The way they're just chilling with each other. They're playing chess. And even when the gin comes out, and Ibis like, yo, man, look, shit, you got to watch your boy. Yeah. And he's like, look, I got this. And then when he did the checkmate move on him, it lets you know that these guys are still like, it's like we know each other. We're friends-ish, but we still keep like...
Well, we're acquaintances.
Yeah.
We respect each other, but under these circumstances, I wouldn't talk to you.
Yeah.
I got no animosity.
Yeah, but
I just ain't got
normally
no love.
we wouldn't hang. Yeah, normally we wouldn't hang. We're I guess almost stuck in this land where we have to deal with these new gods. The only way we can deal with them is by forming an alliance. So that's why we cool.
Yeah, it is the enemy of my enemy.
Any other situation, you know I don't ride with you like that. We ain't cool. Jen and y'all ain't never been cool. But, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do what we do now. Mm-hmm. But I did like that checkmate move. I did like how they were chilling, because Anansi is an amazing character. Even here, the way they knew Shadow was listening to them and still like was calling them out. I love that. I love the whole thing, man. This show is just very well done.
Yeah. It's really one of those things where you could tell, thinking about it after the fact, that they all knew that Shadow was about to be told. It just came down to which one of us is going to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who. All right, cool. You know. And,
you know, trying to run away, and good old tree. The giving tree, if you will.
NERDSoul. That tree is some serious magic. Serious magic. Yeah,
very, very serious. And, you know, he's trying to run away because he's doing what he should be doing. They're surrounded. It's cops everywhere. He's like, yo, I'm out. And I was worried for Salim for a second because I'm like, yo, you standing too close to that window.
Yeah.
And they showed your picture on the TV screen, and I'm just saying
the T word.
Yeah,
they use the T
when
word.
they use that
T
T
brown.
word. They use the T word, and they had your picture, and people with pictures like yours using the T word. They're not. They shoot first, ask questions later. I'm just saying.
They shoot
you guys
first
know
and ask questions.
we know it. I know it's a family show, but we got to keep it real. So with that said, all of a sudden, the tree from Evil Dead trips up your boy Shadow Moon. It's like, get over here.
Oh man.
But I was like, oh, so what is it going to do? And I figured, it's going to hide him, and it did. Sort of, but it also revealed some things, and also and this is why. Well, I'll say it in a second, but it gave me things to struggle with. We saw the father. We know.
I was about to say, expand upon that, if you will.
So it definitely gave us the Maury Povich. We know who the father is. We know who the father is. We know who Ma Dukes is. But with that said, we get this show or display of power that's something I have to struggle with because I'm like, okay, this is interesting because you're not really outright saying what this power is, but it's pretty impressive because as a figment of imagination or a memory or some kind of dream, you just poof. Everybody's gone. It's just just wipe them off the board. Okay, cool, and they're gone. And it's like, that's an interesting power. That would have been nice to know about, Pops. But with that said, now you have
find
him
out sometime.
Yeah. It would have been nice to find that out when people were beating me up for being a new kid in New York. But hey, look, bygones are bygones. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, we come out and he seems to be kind of okay, but not. It doesn't seem like he's leveled up. Because that was a level up, but it doesn't seem like he's leveled up.
Well, what would level up have seemed like?
I don't know. Not on a bus, not on a Greyhound. That's not a level up.
On a Greyhound out of town, they were.
He did reappear somewhere completely different.
At a
he
different
took the
time.
tree with him,
and at a different time of day.
Yeah, he did take the tree with him. He disappeared, different place, different time, and he was able to wipe away all the just almost like they disappeared because they were like they've lost the trail and blah blah blah. So. It's quite an important power.
Undid media's work. They undid most of media's work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is when I say what I'll say before I ask you for insight, okay. Mr. Research, if you will. I'm not going to ask for book knowledge though. I ain't going to get with the book knowledge.
Okay.
But I'll say this. It's good that they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's good that he's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. But I'm frustrated because this show finds a way to give me everything and give me nothing. All right. Odin dips out like a straight mark. All right. In the morning when he know the heat coming. All right. If you know the heat coming, why don't you tell your boys? Be like, kick you. Do something. He was just like, he took his bag. He was like, I'm up out of here. All right. So he dipped. Let everybody else to deal with his baggage. This your war. You ain't even, so you gonna leave and we gotta deal with your extra little crumbs you done left because you don't know how to act. Okay. You and Mr. World can't get along, but fine, cool. I did that. Now you got Shadow. He gotta get snatched up by the tree. It would have been nice to have been like, yo man, this tree might grab you from time to time. You ain't tell me nothing. All right? You ain't tell me nothing. This is a horrible dad. That's all I'm gonna say. You a bad dad.
And then it shows you pretty much for the most part that Shadow is Mr. Wednesday's son. He pretty much lets him know in so many ways, like, I am your father, boy. His mother seems to be like she could have been a god. She spoke to him in a lot of jargon, like, oh, I put the light into you. And you never saw a father figure. Which brings us to, in the flashbacks, we see this figure of sorts. But you just hear his voice and you see his hand, and he pretty much, it insinuates that he shows Shadow how to do the little coin flip on his knuckles. And also too, he speaks to Shadow, but the voice is a younger voice. It's not the voice of the Ian McShane's portrayal of Odin in the current time that we're watching. It's when Shadow is a teenager. So it's like he has recruited Shadow twice. Once when he was a teenager, which we saw in the flashbacks, and again after he got out of prison and was on the plane and he met Odin and Mr. Wednesday in season 1. I thought it was really cool how they had Ian McShane sing a song called Brother, Can You Spare a Dime? It's very emotional. Actually drew some tears from me because I was like, wow, to see this man that Odin / Grimner was. He said, and he even said in like backflashes, you know, like, I'm a hustler, I'm manipulative, I ain't shit, pretty much. And to see him have that moment of emotional moment was really cool to kind of say, like, you know, he got some feelings in there somewhere. But of course, when he wants something, that kind of pushes those feelings out of the way. So good job with you guys having Ian McShane do Brother, Can You Spare a Dime? But so with Donar being Thor and him leaving now, Odin needs a son of sorts to fill the space that is gone now that Thor is gone, right? Okay.
Hashtag bad dad. How about that, Odin? But what from the uninitiated like myself, because I did not read the book, and I'm not super deep into like Norse mythology outside of like movies or video games or like comic books.
Right.
So, and that's also something interesting because the Odin sleep, I think, is something that's been introduced in the comics. I don't think that's something that's, because I looked on, now, of course, I did my Googling, aka Wikipedia, but Odin sleep is not something that was like original in the mythology. That's something that like Marvel Comics added. So that's like a cool thing to like throw in, because it's like, oh, you know, some love to like, you know, the comics, and maybe seeing how the comics have affected his lore to the point where he can now use it. But that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole other thing.
You're going a little deep there.
I'm going way deep.
You're falling down a rabbit hole. Let me throw you some rope.
But with that said,
but
what kind of power, what kind of son, because this is apparently not, a lot of people been like, it's Balder, yo. Been in my comments like, yo, didn't you know, NERDSoul? It's Balder. It's got to be Balder. Balder ain't had that power, all right? This dude is like Dr. Manhattan Jr., all right? If you could just wipe people away. So please, expound if you can without being book spoilery.
I think I can pull that off.
Okay.
Because a wizard's job is to know things. So, all right. Now, number one, I'm gonna say this. One, as far as your hashtag bad dad goes, you ever teach somebody how to ride a bike?
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
Yeah, like you get behind them and you hold the seat and you let them like pedal their wheels or whatever, and then you like you walk with them, and then you let them go, and then you let them, you know, kind of like do their thing. They gotta, you know, go off on their.
Do you tell them when you let them go? Yeah.
It's different, all right? It's different. When I let them go, the state police are not chasing them. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
They can still fall. They can still skin their knee. They can still bust their lip.
Instead of someone's putting a bullet in your butt, all right?
When it comes to godlike powers, a bullet in your butt is about the same to a god as a busted lip is to a 10-year-old.
All right,
you
cool.
know? So, yeah.
Also, when my mom was teaching me how to ride my bike when I was little, she let go. I didn't know she let go. I looked back. I didn't see her. And guess what happened? I swerved and I ran up into a briar bush, man. Huh? You see what happened?
That happened to you too?
Yeah, I actually ended up in a briar bush. And I was all cut up.
Nah, see.
All right? Little NERDSoul, cut up.
Now, my cousin, Vanessa, did exactly that on her bike, except we were in an alley. And so I'm going and I'm riding, and I look back, and she's like a block and a half back, and I'm like, she's not holding me anymore. And I immediately fell over.
Wow.
Didn't hit nothing, didn't swerve, just, oh, she's not there. Blam! You know, that was it. It was like my belief in her holding me up was the only thing holding me up. And as soon as I found out otherwise, I fell hard. But yeah, so that's my reply to hashtag bad dad. So
Odin, you're still a bad dad, but I'll reserve full bad. I won't be like, you bad dad. I just be like, bad dad.
Actually, you know what? I got to clear that up. I ain't saying he's a good dad. I'm just saying that bouncing before everything hit the fan with new media calling all the dogs, that was, all right, son, it's your time to fly. You know?
Okay. Had to push him out the nest.
Exactly. So he knew Ibis would be all right. He knew Ifrit would be all right. He doesn't care about Salim. And he knew Bilquis was going to be all right.
Yeah.
So honestly, why would he have stayed?
Yeah, I
you
guess.
know. So again,
but to that power though.
Yeah, but yeah, to that power. I can say, according to any of the mythology from Norse mythology, Shadow is not Boulder.
Yeah,
Shadow is not
because they've been all up in my comments.
Sorry,
he Boulder. Nah, he can't be Boulder. It's impossible because Boulder ain't that sweet.
Boulder had one major god power, and that was nothing could harm him except for mistletoe. Okay, that was it. And that's how Loki killed him.
Mistletoe will get you in 2 times, either whether you're Boulder or it's New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah,
or maybe a Christmas party, and it's like, you know, like the person you ain't really feeling, they try to come up with that mistletoe hat. They always try to get you with the mistletoe hat. Don't. Yeah.
It happened to me before, but you know, I just work here. But yeah, so no, he's not Boulder. He's something else. So sorry guys, confirmation. But was it Shadow's power or was it Idrisil's power? Because remember, we were watching it together, and I said something as soon as he busted through the root of the tree. Remember what I said?
Nah, I didn't hear. I don't remember. It was too much going on. I had too much emotion.
Fair.
I had too much emotion. Too much.
No, that's fair. I said Heimdall opened the gate. He went through the Rainbow Bridge.
That's yeah.
You know. So yeah, and he had access to the Rainbow Bridge, and Idrisil is essentially the tree that has the branches that holds the 9 realms in whatever it's floating through. So that was a powerful tree, you know.
Yeah.
And that powerful tree said, all right, look, it's time for somebody to tell you something straightforward here. And by the way, sex with cats, a little weird. You know. So yeah, and as far as like Shadow leaving,
by the way, sex with cats is a little weird.
Just flashing back to what, episode 4?
Yeah.
So yeah, and it was, all right, you got out of here. But Shadow's power, that was an interesting thing to see, because the little kid playing with the model and then wiping the whole board clean. I'm like, all right, that's a good way to concentrate. That is like, it's kind of like the Green Lantern ring of the thing, like visualize what you want to see happen, and then it will be made manifest by, you know, I don't know if your subscribers would read The Secret, but it's hilarious. And that's essentially what it was on screen.
Okay, so, cool.
Yeah.
All right, because when I saw that power, I was like,
a little OP.
That's mad OP.
Yeah.
And I feel like if that's his power, which is cool, I'm down with it. All I'm saying is it would have been nice to know that, Dad. Now, I'm not saying you got to give me a whole data dump on episode 1, season 1. No. You know what I'm saying? You do slow things. Haven't you seen Karate Kid, Dad? Huh? You make me wax the floor. But then I'm learning powers, man. All right? I'm learning powers. So you have me wax the floor. You have me sand the fence or, you know, paint the fence. All right? Have me do all that stuff. And the next thing you know, I'm like, clow, and then I got powers, and then you sitting there happy, and I'm happy because I know things.
Oh, you mean like conning a bank robbery in the snow in plain daylight saying he reminds him of his son, stealing Lou Reed's jacket, putting a Cadillac on a train track and watch it be torn up by the very train that has you held prisoner, and that was the way to free you. Resurrecting a wife, introducing you to a leprechaun, like little wax on, wax off things like that. I'm just gonna say you're right because that look on your face is scaring me.
So you just gonna say those are all great examples? I mean,
I'm just
okay.
saying.
I think those were more, but when I see those are more examples of you have entered a new world. I'm pulling the veil back. Not you can do this. Like not like you are able to do these things. Like I'm lifting the veil. This is where the stuff gets crazy. You see this buffalo? All right, his eyes is burning. All right, it's weird. You see these skulls, you crawling up a whole hill. That's weird.
I'd like to introduce you to Jesus and
Oh,
Jesus and Jesus.
Here's Jesus.
And Jesus.
Jesus.
You know,
Even though Ostara was trying to mac on him like on a sneak tip, she was like, "Oh, she put her arm." It was like, girl, don't play up in here.
Yeah.
Don't get snatched up. Because I'm up in here looking like a snack.
but remember, all of this is happening, and you're right. He is peeling back the veil.
Yeah.
But the one important question about peeling back the veil is the Karate Kidding. Why him? Of the 7 billion people on this planet,
True.
why him specifically? You know?
Good point.
And so, yeah, season 1 was all about pulling back the veil. Now it's like, oh, you remind me of my son. Let me tell you about my other son. My son.
Yeah.
You know?
So now, and with this, they definitely, that's his dad. That's his, it's a slam dunk. Yeah. Unless this is another lie from him, because they did go back on the part where he talks about being a liar, cheater, hustler, blah blah blah. But
just
unless
like
he's
Shadow,
lying,
over the course of the show, Shadow has been doing the whole.
Unless he's lying about that, then which I doubt. You know,
what do you mean? You doubt the?
Well, I guess you can never really doubt if he's lying or not. You never really know.
No.
You just can't trust that
And
guy.
he's a liar in the old sense. Remember, the best lies are made up of 80% truth.
Yeah.
Is that what are you leaving out? What are you leaving out, old man?
Yeah.
What ain't you telling me? You know?
Yeah. So with that, the last thing I think I'll cover is don't call me puppy.
Laura Moon finds out Sweeney's dead. She's upset. They have a talk, her and Shadow. She refers to him as Puppy again. He's pretty much like, they show how she's named him Puppy. He's pretty much like, don't call me Puppy, bitch. Because she was a her. And he's like, I don't believe you. Because she was like, oh, Puppy, I just want the best for you. I just want this, that, and the third. And he was like, yeah, no, I don't believe you. And she pretty much gets up and walks off, and we don't see any more Laura Moon. Yay!
You know, my mom brought that up. My mom is like, I thought she was calling him Poppy because of, this whole Latina thing. But no, she's calling him Puppy?
Yeah.
And you gonna go to jail for that, girl? What is wrong with you, boy?
Yeah.
And truth, my mom has a thing with beautiful black men being with anyone but black women.
Yeah.
Because she is an attractive woman and she's rather dark-skinned, so she's got issues because she grew up in the 60s.
And there is enough history behind it to where it makes sense to why any black woman would be, this is a family show, but there is enough history behind, black men dating white women where it's not a good look, and black women are validated and justified in their, hey, what's up with that?
Yeah.
So it's,
the hatred
especially
is not born in a vacuum.
Yeah.
It's not born
and
in a
then
vacuum.
also calling him a puppy, because I didn't even like when we were watching, I was like, stop calling a grown man a puppy.
Yeah.
I've never really liked it.
And that was the thing. I'd forgotten about that part in the book because I read the book 7-8 years ago. And I'm like, I thought she was saying Poppy because she looks like a Latina actress. So I'm like, okay, like I Poppy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, she is calling him Puppy. And then it's like, oh yeah, stop. No, don't use emasculating descriptors when it comes to the dude that went to jail for you.
Yeah. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
It's not a good look at all.
Yeah.
And
Although I gotta say, It's good that Shadow pretty much said, it's pretty much Chuck Deuces on her.
He was like, nah, don't call me puppy. This is it. We're done.
Yeah. Just, which he should have been saying from the moment he was standing over that grave. The moment.
But I guess the show needed a lot of stuff for it to happen. Also, I guess they were trying to say, like, he had just been through this trauma of finding out she was dead and, finding out why she was dead and not really knowing where his feelings were because, you can't really have closure.
How she died?
Yeah, how she died. And then you can't really have closure because she's not here for you to be angry with. And then when she did show back up, you get all these weird feelings back. So understandable. On top of that, being on the run with some dude that's showing you weird things, you're having strange dreams. So understandable. But once he had the moment to say, okay, I've sat on it, thought about it, figured it out, walked around, blah, blah, blah. I've dealt with it. No, don't call me puppy anymore.
Yeah, like, we're done. Yeah, we're done. And this is just, like, I can't do it no more. Just, we're out. So I thought that was good. And it was interesting because, again, the final two shots.
Yep.
The final two shots of Shadow on the bus getting pulled over.
Yep.
And I'm like, ooh, this.
Yeah, because his face been on the TV. Yeah, and his face been on the TV all day. Mm-hmm. It's a slam dunk.
And he's
Barney Fife could figure that one out.
Yeah, and he's still somewhere that's not a coastal city.
Nah.
So I see a line of black men against any kind of wall.
It's
in
not a good
cornfield.
look.
I'm getting a little.
Yeah. It's not a good look.
Yeah,
and the way. Interesting is the way he looked at his own ID.
Well, he was shocked. He thought that he was pinched, and I'm like, wait a minute, don't you have like 8 false IDs? One of which says that you're a Secret Service agent.
Yeah, and with that, it's almost like he was surprised that it was there, or surprised that it had the name on it that it had, and it made me wonder: is it a situation where now he's operating in his power without even knowing it? Like,
I would say so. I would really say
like
so.
Something where it's like, man, I just need to be someone else right now, and it just happens without him really even trying to, like, I guess, intentionally do it.
It's the Harry Potter making the glass disappear in the snake cage. Yeah, I can see that. I
good old HP.
No, hey, I'm trying to be a little more in touch with your generation. Just a little.
Good old Harry Potter.
But I can see that his powers are working on instinct.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Even how he flipped that spear was like real graceful, and it's just like, wow, that was straight up kung fu style.
Look at all the cons that he's been running, and the fact that he's built like he's built. He's had some fighting training.
Yeah. Yeah, he's and then also knowing that he's kind of a natural from the flashback episode, you expect him to be able to kind of handle himself.
Well, he got one good butt kicking. Maybe his power is you only beat him once. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, it works for Batman. But and the last shot being the unwitting couple.
He was this great person. And that kind of goes back to when, like, Lord tries to punk him, like, oh, you're Odin's bitch. You're Mr. Wednesday's bitch. He's like, no, I'm not doing shit for Odin because I like him or because I feel bad for him. I'm doing it because I owe him. So you can tell that Sweeney is a very reputable sort of dude. He has that kind of spirit where if he owes you something, if he knows he has to make something right, he's a man about his shit and he wants to make sure he pays the debt. So he even says to Odin at some point, like, dude, like, I'm over you. Like, I've done way more than you need me to do, and you're an asshole, and you're a piece of shit, and I'm sick of you, and I'm out of this motherfucker. So I'm done. So Odin's like, yeah, no, what? You ain't done till I say you done. You need to get the coin from the dead wife. Sweeney, I feel like he fell on the spear because Sweeney didn't really want to go on anymore. So I feel like he fell on the spear, but Shadow did end up impaling Sweeney. And as Sweeney's dying, he looks up into the atmosphere and he says, I was a king once upon a time, and he died with a smile on his face. So if you're going to go, that's the way to go. But I do feel that Sweeney, once he found out about the Mad God legend, he was like, I don't have nothing else no more. Because also, too, he had a flashback of his wife and the daughter, and he just was like, where's the dress you had on? And he just having all of these flashbacks. So it's kind of like, I guess, when you had a life that you led some time ago and it all comes back and you're just like, I have nothing else to live for. I'm fucking chasing after this dead bitch with a damn coin in her chest, and I'm tired and I don't want to help Odin no more. I'm ready to go. I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep forever. So he fell on the spear and he went to sleep forever. So no more Mad Sweeney.
Like, okay, Shadow dumped her. And then what does she do? She ends up taking the most suspicious walk down the street.
I was like, that's mad incriminating.
Yeah.
But, I mean, unless if someone pulls up, you can always play the, like, could you help us get to a hospital or something? But it's like, somebody will look at me like, I don't know if you know, but that dude's dead. Like,
what I like,
he don't need a hospital. He need a funeral home.
Over her shoulder as she's walking down the road.
Yeah,
he's almost two of her. Like, his feet are almost dangling on the ground, and his arms are almost dangling on the ground.
She's just carrying him along like, all right, well. Yeah. I was like, that looks really incriminating.
Yeah.
Like, really incriminating.
I honestly thought it looked silly because it was like if he was just a little bit taller, his feet would have been on the ground, so it looked like he could just bend over halfway and grab her. I'm just like, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, the effect on it when it was close up looked funny, but when they went far away, it was kind of okay.
Yeah.
But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for hanging with us, for watching this whole season. Y'all have been chilling with me all season, chilling with Solar all season. Now, you want to chill with Solar some more? Of course you do. Of course you want to see that Back in the Deck production. So, without further ado, where can they find you, Mr. Solar Greye?
Well, you can find me at a few places. First place you can find me is at twitch.tv/BID_P. And that's where I do my live shows on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and every other Thursday. Live show. And they can always hit up the BidP YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. That's I got a Tuesday show every week called How We Roll, about being a gamer and a nerd of color in the 80s and 90s all the way up to now. And of course, hey, Mr. Editor, can I? Yeah, all right, cool. They can always hit me up at the Patreon.
Word up.
Thank you for letting me put this up on your thing. Yeah. All right, sorry. Could you do that again? Yeah. Over at patreon.com/BID_P. And that gives like all the other stuff. And, if they want to hit me up, they can hit me up at backinthedeck@gmail.com.
Cool.
And on the Twitter and all those social media.
The Twitter tweets.
Things. Yeah, exactly. The Twitter tweets, Instagrams, and all that stuff. So that's where they can find me.
Cool.
And it was good to meet you too.
Yeah. It was, man.
No,
wow.
I was talking to her.
Oh, you was.
Yeah, it was good to meet you too. It really was. So yeah.
It's been a long road. Guys, we have been traveling this American Gods road together all season long. And it's been fun. So first, thank you, of course, to Solar Greye. And of course,
you're welcome.
Thank you to Jace Nicole for coming through.
This season, a lot of filler, boring in some points, a lot of repetitious, a lot of running around in circles, a lot of unanswered questions. And then the war. Where the hell was this big war? A little disappointed, very underwhelmed. So there's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And it's going to be great to hear you guys' thoughts on what you thought of the series. The season. Damn it. Thanks.
We love her. She's super great. I'm glad she came through on the premiere and also on the finale because having her around is just super fun. Great talent, great attitude, super dope when it comes to her, how should you say, statements about Laura Moon.
Oh, man. Again, seriously, girl, you were the first one. You were the very first one to just come flat out and say it. And I'm like, I'm in love with this woman.
Yeah,
I gotta talk with this woman because you're absolutely right.
Jace is dope. So guys, thank you for chilling. Of course, you can find me at ThatNERDSoul. That's right, ThatNERDSoul on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also, you can check me out right here on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/NERDSoul, NERDSoul. Make sure to share. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell, all that stuff. And hit that thumbs up. Now, if you hit that thumbs down, oh yeah, I'm going to send Mr. World after you. And you know, oh, you don't want none of that. Do you want Mr. World walking all around your house looking weird? Huh? Do you want that? All right, man, hit that
Just
thumbs
thinking
up.
about Crispin Glover just showing up. Hi, I'd like to sell you some cookies.
It's like
Cookies are good.
It's like you try to
filled
slowly
with
close
fear.
the door. He like
the
puts
door
his
just
foot in
won't
the door.
close.
He
Yeah.
puts his foot in the door. It's like, yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah.
So, but guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Of course, you can check me out on Patreon. That's right. Put $1 in the bucket. But if you can't put $1 in the bucket, put $1 in that share. You know what I'm saying? Put your peoples up on me. Hit that share button. Get a click and a click. That's all you got to do. So until next time, this week we got, of course, Hip Hop Show on Wednesday. I don't know what we're covering, but we'll be covering something. I'm not sure just yet. But we got Cloak and Dagger on Thursday. We'll be running down Return of the SP-1200 by Pete Rock. We got some comic book stuff coming and the movie Hunter. So it's an indie joint, but it's pretty fresh. Also, I'll be with Solar Greye again, probably Monday for you guys.
We're gonna be talking about board games, right?
Well, not exactly yet, but I'm not against the board game, but we're gonna be talking about Avengers Endgame. Spoiler.
Endgame.
Spoiler panel is gonna be crazy. So guys, thank you for hanging with us. And until next time, this is me and the cinematic sorcerer himself. Just saying thanks for watching, and of course, peace.
Guys.